Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back from the depths, Ashes of the Empire with me, Zacargo. We're here pushing into the Twin Guards territory, but they sent a swarm forward to intercept the group of pikes. It was kind of off on its own. The pike, not particularly specialized towards fighting aircraft. It has four 500mm guns on it, as well as a 250mm auto cannon. All of the shells it fires travel rather slowly, so they're much more ideal towards land targets, but it seems to be doing okay. I guess just a hail of heavy fire will take out almost anything it can hit. These drones not moving exceptionally fast, but it looks like several of ours have already taken some substantial damage. It's got to be said, the turret of the... the turret of the pike is not that hard to remove. It looks like... all four of them have lost their turret, but their 500 mils are actually more difficult to remove. So that the 500mm guns on the pike do not get blown up very easily. They're all separated by heavy armor, so even if one of them goes down, the other three stay firing. And these are 500 millimeter shells being fired out of a 1 meter autoloader. Can't imagine a 1mm autoloader. It'd be like flinging dust at an opponent. Anyway, the shell seems to be doing okay against these things. They're definitely not going down quickly. That's for sure. I did design the Scorpio laser tank with the Twin Guard drone swarms in mind, so I was hoping to be able to switch back and forth between the Pike for the ground vehicles and the Scorpio for the air. But, they've kept me on their toes. They have so many forces that I have to keep all of mine pretty spread out. And that means that sometimes I have to take a suboptimal fight like this. But that's okay. I like pushing the pike to the limit. I honestly wasn't expecting the pike to do as well as it has. I knew it had a lot of destructive capability. And initially the whole thing was made out of metal. But when I realized that the weapons it was using would be quite useful against other things, I decided to give it a refit. Change all of its metal to heavy armor, and that basically doubled the cost of the thing, but that's alright. It seems to be doing quite well against these. I think it's shot down most of them. I think this is the only one left. It's just a little bit difficult. Oh, my. Fight's not quite over. Looks like there is another one over here. Oh, looks like the turret's starting to rebuild. They do have a little bit of self-repair capability. Say a little bit. They have like 7 or 8 repair bots. So who knows? If they get left alone long enough, they'll start firing again. Initially, I did mean those self-repair bots to be used on the 500mm guns, the front-siders. But the turret gets shot off more than anything. It's got to be said that that turret is not... It's not very well armored, but honestly, I think that's okay. Now, next up, we've got a base fight for the Twin Guard. We kind of have it surrounded. I'm going to go ahead and pull in all of his forces here. To me, it just kind of feels like if he has these forces here, they're defending the base, and it feels dishonorable not to pull them in. I hope this fight isn't too laggy. Is the only thing I'm really worried about. Although, look at these designs. This is all just decoration. I don't even think that's a gun. I think it's just an antenna thing next to the missiles. And the little face. It's given the squinty eye. Is that using the new propeller design? I think it might be. Is this a new drone swarm? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if that's a new drone swarm. Of course, over here, we have the old torso. And then over here, let's see, we got the mayor. At least that one's named. Oh, I like what they've done with the ERA. That's a pretty interesting way to stick detection on the outside. It doesn't look frail. I mean, it is. It is definitely frail, but it looks neat. Ooh, this thing is sexy. We got here. We got a whole bunch of missiles. And a very exposed looking APS as well. It's definitely got anti-munition. It's got 2 banks of missiles. And then you. Oh, what are you? And how did they do this? Is that the grenade launcher blown up to like 20 times size? I think it is, you know. Actually, I think that's several of them because they had to do more for the paint, or maybe not all of it's painted, or maybe that's done some other way. Aw, the smiley face. I like the smiley face. That's adorable. This gun is beautiful. I'm pretty sure. Let's take a look in here. Yep, that's one way to do APS Tetris. All right. Wow. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. I, I can't get enough of looking at this. Is that just, yep, this just steam parts. There's some more pipes, a giant turbine out the back. Look at the way they handled all those ridges. How is this actually attached? Like where is it attached? Is it on these like little heavy armor poles to the side, or is it all on a turret, or yeah, I'm not sure. I'm too distracted by the decorations to tell. Also, some very interesting choice on the armoring in here. I noticed that there's heavy armor beams around, but they don't actually cover everything. So, anyway, what else we got? Whatever this thing is. This looks like a, yeah. It's one of those things. Alright, let's get into this fight here. Again, hopefully it's not too laggy. Ooh. Opening up with some really good HESH hits. Yeah, the pikes, I love their destructive capability. They're not the best against just straight up armor blocks, but they have a tendency to blast apart the insides of something so much that it doesn't matter. And they're fine against metal. It's just heavy armor they do kind of struggle against. Yeah, that thing is not long for this world. Let's go ahead and check on the other part of the fight. It's not optimal. Some of our pikes are definitely firing at the defender turret. That's good. I think this thing is a pretty honkin' big railgun. So taking out the engines. Yeah, we've already blasted it in the side. I don't really see what's up with that heavy armor. I don't know why it's there. It looks pretty awkward to me. I mean, the rest of the turret looks absolutely beautiful, but that heavy armor looks a little awkward. To be honest, the heavy armor placement there is just perfect for the ice shells that we're using. Tear through the side. So again, is this thing actually attached via these heavy armor holes here? Looks like a local weapon controller. Is there a turret in here? Not on this side. I don't know. It makes sense if there was like decoys in them, so maybe you could draw the fire. Anyway, let's go ahead and have all of our forces that don't have a target prioritization shoot at that thing. That's all the pikes for sure. Honestly, not sure about the viewer submitted craft, the type TCR. A lot of people are a big fan of going for the old technical names, and the problem I have with technical names is that they're so hard to remember. Like Key of Phantom, easy to remember. The Todd Howard, pretty easy to remember. The Night Witch, pretty easy to remember. Serenity, it's a pretty good show, but it's pretty hard to forget the name of the ship. It's Serenity. Anyway, I don't know. I don't do well with technical names. If I know what they stand for, I do fine with it. But like TCR, I have no idea what the hell that means. Just sorry to the guy who created it, but I don't know what your code is. Anyway, I absolutely love the design of this twin card stuff. Yeah, that sort of dual vehicle design. A big fan of it. Normally the weak point of making something like robot arms is joints, because you have this, you know, susceptible to EMP, vulnerable to heat and HESH, and just everything. Like you have the one block serves as the transfer point between your craft, but by using a docking station, you just kind of avoid that. And better yet, you know, like shots can get just underneath the torso, and that's just fine. It's interesting defensively. Of course, it kind of rapidly increases the like surface area of your craft, so maybe it's not an effective way to armor. I think it depends. I think it depends how big the docked vehicle is. I think the smaller it is, the better. But I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what you think. personally, I think that it's bad, and that's why I love that they actually went ahead and did it anyway, because it's not a great armor scheme. It's pretty easy to break through. If you want to make anything heavy, then it's bad. But you know that it doesn't matter. You get fucking robots, dude. It's cool. How could you argue with it being cool? Oh my god, we hollowed it. Nice. Oh, and it looks like we destroyed the docking station on the base. Wonderful. Yeah, what you gonna do now? Huh, what now, son? I took your legs. Looks like we blew up the turret while I was looking at the... Oh, looks like we blew up the foundry, too. And all we got left is one of these swarm hosts. Now we've blown up a ton of these. Somehow I never get tired of it, though. I think I've blown up at least a dozen of them so far. God, it's way more than that. It's like 18 or 19. What are you doing? Oh my god. He just shot himself with sticky flares. What an absolute bad lad. You're not supposed to do that, sir. But alright. Anyway, a little while later, I cut out some of my micro. That's all you missed there. This guy is going ham with his laser. I'm surprised. Oh no! Oh, he actually shot one of them down. You son of a... That's just rude. What did that TCR ever do to you? I mean, aside from the obvious of the situation, but other than that, what did he do to you? Yeah. Those swarm hosts are they're very pretty design, which is good because they're very pretty when they explode too. And it looks like all we have left is just is this the base of the Centaur, I believe. Again, I had to play most of the fight in slow motion, although that should end right about here. We are now back into regular motion. 1x speed. But yeah, the menu adjustments and the tactical maneuvers on 3x speed are, a little hard to follow, so my apologies for that. The Centaur base seems like it kind of lost control of its life and went off in the middle of nowhere. Of course, as soon as those pikes find its number, he's gonzo. Yeah. Looks like they shot him in the side, he started to drift, and now he is not long for this world. I just love the fire rate on those. Those are 500mm shells. The fire rate on them is beautiful. Anyway, we had these forces moving up. Looks like we're going to be able to take out one of the Steel Empire's bases over here. Looks like we're going up against a Steel Empire Relentless. Now this is one of these big tough boys. This
targeting. Yes, targeting.
I could not have asked for a better craft than the pike. I built the pike without any experience in the Ashes of the Empire. So before this YouTube run, I had never attempted the Ashes of the Empire before. I just built a couple of different things. I didn't even know what the volume limit was. I thought it was 2,000, and that's when I first built the pike over there. And the pike has performed so well. It's designed to face something exactly like this that's just coated in heavy armor with way too many metal blocks. And anyway, that's enough gushing over my own craft. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get into here. We've got the rolling cinder spawned. The Relentless turned itself directly toward. Oh my god! I think its main turret is gone. Hello? Oh, oh no, it's gone. Yeah, that turret is gone. Oh, the laser's damaged too. Nice. Now there it goes. Yeah. Now the pike. This is the sort of thing that I envision fighting. It's just a solid hunk of metal. The pike was my answer to it. I was just sitting there thinking, if anything wants to just stack armor against me, the pike will take care of it. And it looks like the rolling cinder, partially meleeed that. I'm not sure what happened. It's just part of the rolling cinder disappeared. And we are in degraded mode, so maybe it got hit by some friendly fire. We just didn't see it. Not entirely sure. Anyway, I think we got an Omnitaurus over here. This is another beautiful design. It's also a gigantic hunk of metal. I could not ask for better targets than the Steel Empire. But yeah, the pike outperformed everything. The shells on it are fairly slow. So it's a good thing that a lot of the Ashes of the Empire fights are at pretty close range. Because they're basically, if you could make a cram cannon into a HESH shell, that's basically what I did. Just put 4 of those on the front of the pike. The majority of shells that you're seeing right now are 500 mil HESH shells. Granted, they're 1 meter 500 mil HESH shells, as I mentioned before, but I still love them. Look at the block confetti. Oh man. This thing's lasting for a while though. It's gotta be said. They really do this sort of armor spam in Ashes. I gotta say, I big recommendation. If you've done the Ashes of the Empire campaign and you didn't do it with the volume limit on, I really recommend that you retry it. Because building specialized craft to go against something like this was a joy. Oh my god. Sir? That plane needs a minute to get his life together. We'll leave him be. Looks like the Omni Taurus is finally going down, maybe? Maybe? I mean, it looks pretty dead to me, but... Oh, okay, there we go, there we go. Took a while. What do we got over here? Is this in a... No, this isn't in a bell. What are you? Not a rolling center. Oh, it is in a bell. Okay. It's a pretty neat design. I love what they did with the sort of dual track. And it's got going on. So it has a track that runs the length of the whole thing, and then it has a secondary track on either side that's just the back. And it looks really cool. Of course, this thing's using small missiles, which it's hard to get small missiles to deal with heavy armor no matter what you set them to. So, I don't really think he has much of a chance of damaging the pikes. Pikes, on the other hand, absolutely tearing him a few new ones. Not just a single new one. They've torn a few. He's kind of lost his head. Stop shooting. What's left? Oh, we have a single... Oh, God, we have a single plane. Ah, this might take a while, boys. Can the Kiev Phantom shoot it down? It depends. Okay, never mind. Looks like this isn't going to take too long. It's currently flying off of the map.
Yes.
Out of the world. You know, I'm going to go ahead and take all of the pikes out of play so that they stop wasting ammo. Because they're not going to hit. And we missed the money. Oh, what a way to take it down. I like how it's just over part of the map that's not loaded. Anyway, up next we have another fight over here. We have a couple of bears that have decided to charge sort of side group, a capture group that we have. And these forces aren't necessarily optimal, but I think they should be okay. So again, it's two bears versus 4 Kiev Phantoms and 1 rolling cinder. The bear looks absolutely beautiful. It kind of reminds me of a mammoth tank from Supreme Command. No, not Supreme Commander. From Command and Conquer. I played Tiberium Wars. I know there were mammoth tanks before that, but that's the one that I remember it from. I don't know if you guys ever played Command and Conquer, but it's a great game. If you haven't played Command and Conquer and you like RTS games, giving the old Command and Conquers a try is definitely worthwhile. I love what they've done with the hitches and stuff on the back of this tank. The defenses, the decorations, the deco work on this thing is impressive. It almost stands out amongst Steel Empire craft because it doesn't really look like one. Oh no, did we kill it with an EMP blast? Ah crap, we killed it with an EMP blast. Oh, big hits. Oh, real big hits. I got him. Drag man, we killed... No, it's not dead yet. Or is it dead? Looks kind of dead. Okay, here's a hot take. You feel free to disagree with me on this one. It's entirely personal opinion, right? But the thing with EMP is you either outright one-shot a craft that you're dealing with, or you like maybe disable a couple of side systems every once in a while and don't really do any real damage. Personally, I feel like EMP, whether it works or not, is kind of a little bit boring either way. I would rather see massive explosions. Anyway, I saw an egret. I believe that's what this is called. This vehicle we're looking at now is a Steel Empire egret. I didn't know what it was, so I attacked it immediately. Turns out it's a little resource vehicle, and Pikes made short work of it. We've also got a battle group over here intercepting a scarab. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I popped in here at the end of the video to say it looks like we're going to get one more episode out of From the Depths. We got three bases left. We got the headquarters of the Steel Empire. We got the headquarters of the Twin Guard. And we got one more base from the Twin Guard that's tucked away into the corner. So, yes, I have more footage that didn't quite make it into this. I was trying to cut out all the unnecessary fights, all the fights we've seen before, all the ones that were kind of boring. But I had so many good fights. I absolutely adore fighting both the Steel Empire and the Twin Guard. So we're getting one more episode where we got at least 4 or 5 more fights, I think. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and like and subscribe for more stuff From the Depths. I'm going to have a channel update coming out probably next week. As for what exactly my plans are after Ashes of the Empire, I've been Zacargo. This has been a ton of fun, and I'll see you all soon with some more From the Depths. Bye.